Okay, so I know it's 7:04, but I'm going to be on mute because I'm at work. Okay?
Okay. All right. Thanks,
Okay.
Miss Call.
Bye.
Thanks.
No problem. Hey, Stephen,
Yes.
did you have an opportunity to do any of the work with 9.5 Street?
Yeah, I was there for the hey Kate. I was there for the first walkthrough we did in the January. And then I came at the very end of the walk we had that I organized, but then I was running late too. That was like a month ago. So yeah, I think we're still waiting on. Yeah, it seemed like the walk was good. They were gonna wait for Mr. Shapiro who was gonna send some follow-ups. But I think you emailed them about two, right? About like the fire marshal's report.
Yeah, I emailed him. I gave him a list of the things that the last things that we were on in regards to do an action item checklist on what's going on. So I want to see, I just wanted to know if you had any additional results to report. That's all.
Yeah, I don't have any. I don't have any items. I think I honestly kind of forget where they left it. I think they were gonna kind of explore that other lot for like the garbage a little bit. Um, and something about the fire marshal's report. But then someone sent an email about the fire marshal's report. Let me check it out.
Well, the fire marshal's report is what I started to make sure that it was done. The information that I sent is basically what they are supposed to be reporting to the fire marshal. We need to have the ticket numbers for the actual reports that were taken. That's what they're supposed to be providing. So once that's given, then we can have some more, take some more action.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. All right, it seems like the last item was okay. Multi-afternoon. Okay. Okay.
The report I sent you in April, I believe. I haven't heard back from you. Didn't respond to that email.
You sent the fire marshal report?
I sent you know a list of action items in April,
Oh,
April
yeah,
15th.
yeah. Okay. Let me check this out here. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think there are support for like the option four, but yeah, I don't know if we have like the support for that really. We're probably gonna need like whoever the new council member is, grab them in, make
Okay,
that a reality. But
we
let me
have.
circle up with
Are we going to
Andrew.
start? Do we have anybody in the audience? Oh, Kate is here.
Kate is
Okay.
here.
Hey,
So
Kate, how are you doing?
it looks
Anybody in the
like
audience?
there's some audience members, yeah.
We have 3 audience members.
Oh,
Oh, right. Philip Hackley, he was going to talk to us. Yeah, so it looks like honestly it feels like folks are out of town. We might not have a full quorum, so we might just kind of have like a little informal, meet and greet chat hanging out here on the Zoom.
well, I don't have
Um,
too much chat time. I just wanted to make sure if
yeah,
we,
me
if you don't
neither.
need me, I'm okay to roll because I'm still at work, as I mentioned.
Okay, okay. All right, okay. Well, we do have Mr. Hackley here. Let's allow him to talk here. Hey, Mr. Hackley.
Yeah, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you. Yeah.
Yep. How's everyone doing this evening?
Hey, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. Look,
Doing great.
did my half Ironman, so that's kind of cool.
I think my
Congratulations.
I think my partner's on the line also.
Okay.
DK
Which ones are?
Williams.
Oh, Dennis Williams. Okay.
Yep, Dennis Williams. Yep. So, but
Hello.
we're new to the neighborhood. We took over a space, the old gramophone at
Okay.
647 Florida Avenue, right next door to Flash.
Yeah,
And
we
so
are
we
familiar with this location.
Yeah, so we took over that space. Basically, we're going to do the same thing that kind of what Gramophone was doing. Um, and actually, I was friends with the owner of Gramophone because we all worked at Flash together. And so
Ah,
I still actually, Nick, he was the old general manager of Flash. And so I've been a resident DJ at Flash since, I guess, for 12 years, for the past 12 years.
oh,
Um,
really? Okay.
yeah, and so I still DJ at Flash, but then we just decided to do something on our own. And so we saw the opportunity over at Gramophone. I talked to Nick and I knew Nick was leaving the business. And so that's when we decided to take over the space.
Okay. All right,
And
that's exciting.
yep, so right, I mean, both Dennis and myself, we're both prior military. So we kind of
Okay.
are sticklers to rules.
Okay.
And so, and I know that's
That's
when
good.
we basically we're looking forward to starting the ANC agreement. So that way we can make sure that we comply to everything that the ANC is requesting.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Have
For
you
sure.
seen the basic template for the ANC agreements, Mr.
Y-
Hackley?
Yes, I've been actually reviewing. I reviewed Gramophone's old ANC agreement. I've looked at flashes and I looked at a couple of the other establishments where I know the owners. I looked at their ANC agreements. So that way I have a general idea of what all goes into an ANC agreement.
And you said you saw the previous settlement agreement with the gramophone address?
Yes.
Great.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yep.
you do know pretty much the guidelines of how the community is working towards what are they doing in regards to public safety, what are they doing in regards to trash and noise and all applicable grounds. You're familiar with
Yep.
that?
I am very familiar with it. Let's see. I know even we're taking steps where the speakers that we're getting installed in the gramophone, we're looking to hang the speakers. That way we cut down on vibration and noise. We're also, depending on once we test the system out, if we need to, we're actually going to add a cloud dampening system to the ceiling just to add more to absorb any noise. And we're facing all speakers, any speakers near the windows, they're facing in the opposite direction of the windows to push the noise away from the windows. As far as trash and everything, I've already reached out to 2 trash companies. I know the one that we're going to go with, but I'm waiting for us to do the agreement so I can actually set how many times a week for pickup. But I do have quotes for both recycling and trash. And I've looked in the back, in the back where I see the trash cans for all the other businesses so I can know where I'm going to put the 2 once we get them.
As far as your public safety planning, how are you guys doing with that?
I already have a whole security and safety plan already put together.
And what other activities are you going to be doing at their location?
It's mainly going to be just live DJs playing and dancing, just lounge, more on the underground scene. But it definitely is 21 and up. But we're mainly looking for trying to push the crowd to be more on the closer to the 30 and up. And so we're definitely going to have a dress code. And so we're going to be very selective on who we let in, that we're not going to let just your average person in. And so I'm planning on having one of the ID checkers at the door so we can check IDs to make sure everything is legit and as far as the ID requirements at the door. And then we're definitely going to still have security dressed up on each floor. And
Okay. Thank you. I didn't have any additional questions.
so, and I know all staff, I plan on having everyone is going to take the TIPS certification. So that way we have that covered as well.
That's really important.
I have one question for
yeah.
you. I noticed in the 2017 settlement agreement with the former gramophone space, it mentions outdoor spaces, a front sidewalk cafe, as well as a roof deck. I walk by that space often. I don't know the condition of the roof deck. It looks like it needs some work. Are you including those spaces in your operating plan? The front
No,
sidewalk cafe and the roof?
n-
No.
no.
Okay.
So right now the roof, me and Dennis, we went up to the roof. We have no plans on doing anything with the roof anytime soon.
Oh,
If we ever decide to do anything to finish what they started on the roof, then that's when we will contact ANC and then also get all the permits and everything. But we thought if we ever did decide to do that, we're just going to close it off completely. We're not going to have it open because I know Flash's rooftop, they can open up the ceiling and plus they have the doors to go outside. We're just going to we plan on closing it off, period. So it's just the actual room
Okay.
itself, not an open rooftop.
Okay.
But we have no plans on it anytime soon.
Okay. And one last question. The neighbors close to you, um, there have been issues with specifically the reverberation of bass noise. Would you be open as part of the settlement agreement process and working with the ANC to sound check walkthroughs? I believe, Stephen, you've done a few with establishments more recently. It's something we've started to do once the speakers are hung, just checking the noise levels to make sure that out the gate, we don't have issues with sound reverberation with neighbors.
Yep, we welcome it. Our sound guy that's actually putting everything together, where I'll make sure that he's there as well, so that way we can tune everything to make sure that no levels are above what you need them to be.
Great. And we've been doing a lot of work in that category as an ANC with establishments and with neighbors. So we can bring a lot of that insight to these conversations as you get up and running.
Yep.
Great. Um, yeah, well, thank you for being here, Mr. Phillip. Um, I guess yeah, in terms of next steps, so do you have like do you guys get placarded? Like are you working with ABCA on the placard and stuff like that?
Well, we
Um,
we will start working with APCA to get a placard, but I know they told us we needed a letter from the ANC in order to get one p placed on the door.
I don't think that's true.
And
Yeah,
so,
I don't
Yeah, I
think
would
that's
check.
true.
Who do you are you guys using counsel to help you with this, or are you just doing it on your own?
we're doing it on our own.
Yeah,
When I called someone down there, that's when they said that we basically need a letter from the ANC before in order to get that.
that's a community engagement. That's not part of the process. I would review the actual process, Mr. Hackley. That way you won't be missing any particular steps. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I can help connect you with someone at ABCA who's pretty helpful with the process. Um, because timing wise, we have an ANC meeting. We're actually taking a summer off, so we're not going to meet in August. So we have a
Yeah.
July meeting
Yep.
coming up on the 9th of July. Um, in which case, that's a little bit soon. I don't know how much we would really get everything like a settlement agreement. There is an existing settlement agreement, which I didn't even know, so that's good. But yeah, I mean, we just wouldn't want to discuss like, and we would want to talk to the SMD member about, I know, and I think I know you've talked with Francois about this on the phone already, but just,
Yep.
about the hours. And the biggest thing for us is first and foremost like the hours, right? So like not having hours, late hours is like that's the biggest thing. And then the second biggest thing is noise, as like the committee members were discussing about like the rooftop and the base. So it's good to know that you guys aren't having the rooftop, but um, it might be good to even like kind of do like a little bit of like a site like meet there and just kind of look at the space um, to get like a lay of the land and kind of see what you guys are thinking regarding the hours and sound and stuff like that, and then trying to leverage all the work we've been doing to kind of make this um, settlement agreement uh, with you guys. We normally don't initiate the settlement agreement process until the business is placarded. Um, this did come up once before, so let's do this. Let's um let's just like talk on the phone. Why don't you, maybe I'll give you a call tomorrow, Mr.
Okay.
Hackley, and we'll just kind of talk on the phone, and then I'll also connect on email with Sarah Winiger at ABCA, and
Hmm.
she's the point person for kind of the process for the placarding, et cetera, et cetera. Um, if you guys don't shoot for the moon in terms of your requests, in terms of, things you want to accomplish in this space, the scope of the settlement agreement can be, if it's mostly in line with, and you should review as much as possible the existing settlement agreement, which actually has like the summer garden closing early. Um, the less you shoot for the moon for, the quicker we can come to an agreement regarding these factors of peace, order, and quiet. Again, really specifically thinking about the hours and thinking about the noise. I know, Flash has
and
put a lot of money into the
Stephen,
noise
and also queuing. We definitely want to make
queuing.
sure that yes, we don't have any queuing issues as well. That's really, really important. On the outside, that's extremely important in regards to public safety. We want to make sure not only, as you mentioned, the noise and the noise and the trash cleaning, the cleanliness is important, but you don't want to have a lot of outside queuing that would encumber people on the sidewalks.
I
Okay.
got you. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I know right now, I see one of the issues that I see a lot of I don't know if they call them crackheads in the back,
Okay.
which I know I notified the police about that because
You
I
can
see them.
send me a report if you constantly see this and it's not being addressed. If you
Hmm.
guys are having some substance abuse issues, and that's the way we refer to them, people
Yep.
who have substance abuse issues. If you happen to have a lot of people that is crowding in that area, you know, you can send me an email and I'll make sure that we do some tracking on that. Okay,
Yep.
especially if you haven't been getting any responsiveness.
Yeah. I mean, the police officer I know that he was talking to one of the guys. I think this guy's like a regular because he's always sitting on the steps of the venue whenever I go in, and he's polite. He moves when I ask him to move. But I know the when I came from the back, I told the police officer about it, and he went in the back and he talked to the guys that were out back. But then I constantly see them out back all the time.
Yes, we're trying to address that in the area overall from MPD side. So if there's any if you guys are running into any particular area issues as you're setting up, we can have the Department of Behavioral Health come and check out any of the persons who may be a party of that. Okay.
Yep. And I know I'm going to be working with my door staff and training them to make sure that basically we don't have anyone loitering outside the venue. When they leave instead of just hanging outside the venue on the streets, blocking up the sidewalk and everything.
Yes, that's extremely important, especially with the neighborhood, and you want to make sure that you're just cognizant of the residents in the neighborhood. That's why the noise is really important, and the queuing is really important, and then also keeping the sidewalks clean. Power washing the sidewalks is extremely important. You know, if there's any over serving, any trash or whatever, you want to make sure that you're doing all you can.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, thank you for making our meeting. I know we're kind of going around to the different folks in the ANC right now, and um, I think that's kind of the name of the game and the nature of it. But I'm actually going to draft an email right now to send to Sarah, Mr. Hackley, and I just have your email. I don't have your partners, but I'll have the Soul at soultheoryllc.com email. And so I'll just try to connect with her, and then maybe we can talk on the phone tomorrow or Friday, um, just about those, what kind of where she is able to clarify what the next steps are in terms of the paperwork and the administrative stuff. And
Yeah.
then making sure we can see what we can do with this July, 9th time frame. It's a little bit short. But we can just we can try our best here. Um, Again, the more that your operations are in line or can be in line with the existing settlement agreement with Gramophone,
Yep.
the easier would be for a path forward here.
Oh yeah. I mean, we basically want to make sure that we work with you all in the community and just to keep everything the way you need it to be. Because I mean, I as a DJ and also I do a lot of sound. I volunteer down at Anacostia Skate Pavilion, as well as I do cleanups at different wards. We volunteer for that as well, and so we want to work with the community and want to keep everything the way it should be. And so, like I said, we're prior military. I'm Marine Corps. My partner Dennis is Army, and so we're sticklers when it comes to rules. So
Hmm.
we just want to make sure we know
That's really
exactly.
good to hear. We appreciate that.
Yeah, we want to know exactly what we need to do, and then we just do what we have to do.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, for sure. That's great to hear. That is really good to hear. Um, okay. Um, Good to know. But yeah, I think there is some, we do have some neighbor concerns with the flash bar. So, just the extent of the noise. So,
Oh, oh yeah,
um,
I'm aware. I'm aware of that. Even when it comes to their rooftop, and
yeah.
so even their even when they have their noise meters, you still have DJs that will still push it, even though Flash tells them to keep it below a certain decibel. they still try to push it at times.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah. Okay, but this sounds good. It sounds like it could be a productive working relationship. Really appreciate you guys coming here today. Let's be in touch. I'll send this email out to Sarah. Just kind of ask her what the best next steps are here. And we'll be in touch. Again, we aren't meeting in August, but we have this July 9th meeting. And then I think so next ANC meeting would be, I guess, by like September something. There is a process for, you know this kind of stuff, but like, hopefully other things can move ahead too.
yep. And so what was I going to say? Oh, when you send an email, I'll probably respond back because we set up our actual email address for the business. And so that way, I'll basically respond back and I'll let you know what that email is going to be. So that way we can start corresponding through that email versus my other LLC
Okay.
email.
Okay. All right. All right. Cool. All right. Well, we'll be in touch. Thank you so much.
All right.
Look forward to welcome you guys to the community here.
Yeah, definitely. We look forward to it as well.
Awesome. All right. Thank
Thank
you
you.
guys.
Yep. Thanks.
Okay. Um, well, I don't know if we have a quorum exactly, but this is a pretty productive enough meeting. Um, so, and thanks, Alex, for joining. Um, the other item was just kind of what I sent out on email, uh, was about the resolution that we've drafted for in support of the Noise Balance Amendment Act. And so we learned recently that actually we're going to have a special ANC meeting that is going to be on Monday. Because apparently the council is going to consider legislation, the noise balance legislation is going to consider it before their summer recess, and that's just the timing it's going to meet before our ANC meeting, it's like July 7th or something like that. So we
Stephen,
are work
it's the 8th of
the
July,
8th.
the council's meeting.
The council meeting is the 8th of July. Okay, that's
Yes.
right. Okay, there you go. Yes, thank you for that. Yeah, the council's meeting is the 8th of July. So we were trying to meet ahead of that to introduce some legislation or to give our, resolution in basically. Um, so that is here. And let me share my screen. All right, can you guys see this? Um, so this is a noise balance amendment act. As we've kind of discussed, um, just kind of
Are we going to wait until we have quorum to do it, or are we going to try
I
to
don't think we're
walk
gonna
through
have
this tonight?
quorum. I don't think we're gonna
Um,
have quorum, so I think we're just gonna have to talk about it. Um, if you guys have any thoughts um about it? Yeah, I mean, I know we've talked pretty extensively about it at the last couple of meetings. I took some notes. We kind of made this out together. Um, yeah. But yeah, I guess the main points that we feel like we're trying to make here are that, we support the defined noise restricted area, any public or private outdoor space located within 15 feet of a building. Um, and that also the definition of sound, noise, or music will include bass noises. So this is new as well. Um, and then also the enforcement that believing the enforcement will not require investigators to go into homes. And does it say that in the actual bill? I kind of forget exactly where that stands.
It does say that in the bill, Stephen.
It does? Okay. Well, that's good. Maybe we'll make a little note that we want to maybe mention that here because I think that's a really important thing. Like, supporting not having investigators go into. Oh, okay. Well, we do actually say that over here as well. But maybe we can spell that out in like a different point. The environment. Okay. I guess it's basically like this line. That's really good. Base. The fee structure. For the penalties. And then I think we further want something about these written warnings. A written warning may be issued in place of a fine for first violation documented by applicant its reporting system. Does applicant even have like a reporting system? I mean, I guess they do. Is this public? No more than one written warning issued in a consecutive 2-year period. Yeah, that's interesting. Students review standards for the summer garden, street cafe. Yeah, I mean, this is right. Sound restrictions or limited operating hours for an uncovered summer garden. Uh, MPD, yeah, right. The current law. Yeah, we might take this out. The MPD officers, we're not really talking about that. Um, hmm, transparent reporting. Hmm. Yeah, has anyone here made an after complaint before?
I have not.
Just kind of wondering like what the process is like in terms of like do they follow up in terms of saying what their investigative response is or not? I don't know.
I'm sure there are committee members who are not here tonight who could speak to that experience with more depth.
Mhm. Most likely, yes. Yeah. So we don't know about that. Um,
I made several, Stephen. However, because of some of the litigation involved in it, I'm not discussing it on this call.
okay.
I think there are also email chains that we could reference involved to the follow-up related to investigations that members of the community have made and what that experience is.
Yeah. Can you say a little more about that?
I think we've all been included on a number of emails related to establishments and community members and committee members reporting violations to ABCA and the follow-up associated with those or follow-up or lack thereof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Following up. I spoke complainants. There we go. Yeah. Um, but yeah, is there anything else we wanted to include in the from the legislation? And let me bring up the legislation again. Okay.
Stephen, given the council's meeting on this next Monday, is this something you wanted to have reviewed by this committee by, do you have a date in mind?
Yeah, well, considering I guess we didn't really have like an official quorum, I can follow up on email and just kind of ask people to review by Saturday night, if they have
Yeah,
any comments on it.
yeah.
Um,
I think,
Something to that lines, or even Sunday 5 p.m. or something like that.
yeah, maybe Saturday just to be safe. I think that's probably given the breadth of the legal document and the resolution, I think it's probably best to give folks some real time to digest it and make sure that it hits on all the points we want it to hit on.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I'm in agreement with that too, because I would rather make sure that I'm clearly that we're all together and as one voice in regards to how we're doing this as a committee. I don't want us to be straggling all over the place. And I think we can reach a consensus so that we can present this properly.
Okay. All right, well that sounds good. Then I'll follow up to our committee email and ask people for their kind of feedback that way. And give them the time of yeah, Saturday or like Saturday night, Saturday like midnight, I guess. Prime time for noise violations. Think about the resolution during the middle of Pride Night celebration. Um, yeah. Okay. Well, that sounds like a plan. I'm just looking at this here because it doesn't say anything about like the written warnings. Like I'm wondering like how we would fifth violation. Okay. Hmm. Excuse me. Oh, here we go. Written warning. Uh, a first violation for the purposes of paragraph 1 of the subsection. Okay. Written warning will be issued in place of a fine. Okay, so you can get a written warning instead of a fine if you get it for the first one. Is that kind of what we're saying? Okay. With the legislation. Um, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, this looks good. Yeah, I think this looks like really strong legislation. The only thing I want to add too is also about just a sense of uh kind of like commit, work with AMCA to ensure like legislation properly towards creators trained in the new reforms. The board is okay. All right. Well, it sounds like a plan. I'll follow up on email, ask people for their comments by Saturday midnight. Um, and then I don't know if Mr. Hackley is still on the call, but Mr. Hackley will follow up as well with Sarah for that issue as well here. Um, but yeah, I think this is really good. There's a lot of hard work going into this, so hopefully we can bring it to the finish line here, just like the half Ironman. Represent. Okay.
Thanks,
Um,
Steven.
yeah, thank you guys. Oh yeah, kind of informal meeting. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate your time as always. And we're not meeting in July as the ABCR meeting, but we will plan to meet in August. So plan your calendar for the third Wednesday in August. Okay?
I'll try. Have a nice
All
day,
right.
guys.
You
Bye.
too. Okay. All right. Good night, everyone.